I am back with a Blu-ray and DVD update. A little bit of a change of venue. This is the home office. You can see in the back there's that's my little stuff that's got shelving. It's got all my Winston Churchill's books, and we got Winston Churchill up here, right there. So yeah, a little bit of change of venue. I got a Blu-ray and DVD update. So let me get through with the news first, and then I'll show you what I've bought over the last few weeks. First up, on Prime, two really interesting TV shows. All 1,200 episodes of Dark Shadows are available on Amazon Prime now. And then just recently I was on there, and the 1980s, late 80s TV show Monsters. And that Blu-ray is kind of, the DVD set is a little bit expensive, but all the episodes of Monsters are available on Prime as well. Other news, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the movie that she made way back when. Arrow is apparently going to give it the Arrow Blu-ray treatment. Might be interesting. 1972's Super Beast is getting a Shout Factory release, and that's in April. Cyborg is also getting a April Shout Factory release. Daughters of Satan is going to come out on Shout in April. And then finally, Book 2 of Jess Franco's Delirious Cinema by Stephen Thrower is coming out, I believe, in May. Can't wait for that. Obviously, I've got the first book, and that should be helpful when I'm doing my videos. And a lot of the 80s and later stuff, I really kind of winging it, just personal opinion, but I do like to read Stephen Thrower's thoughts on these movies before I do the video. Alright, I've got a fairly large update. Let's go through it. First up, a Severin release for Jack the Ripper. I had pre-ordered this, but for some reason it took forever. T-Money86 was lamenting the fact that his stuff seems to take forever, but I think I got him beat. I don't know why. I mean, I'm in close to Metro New Orleans. A lot of the distribution coming from Memphis, Tennessee, I would not think it would be that big a deal but I just seem like I'm late to all these parties, no matter what day I pre-order these things. But at any rate, as long as I get it, I guess I don't really care too much. Jack the Ripper, it's a nice slipcover. And this is the alternate artwork. Ooh, bad lighting. Yeah, I would definitely jump on this. Let's see what else we got here. Save that for last. Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, which is a kind of a minor slasher film. I'm trying to collect all the slasher films, and this is one that I've kind of had monitoring the price on it. It's not a great slasher film by any means, but for the completist in me, I had to go ahead and get it. This is a daggone, that lighting's bad in here, isn't it? This is a Code Red release, and it's got some special features, audio commentary. Next up is a Vinegar Syndrome release, which I've seen a number of people showing off, and that's Lucifer's Women. Vinegar Syndrome's just knocking it out of the park. They really are. Oh, this is embossed, too. In the year 1954, 3 women claimed to have made love to the devil himself. Lucifer's Women. Should be... Never seen it, but it ought to be a lot of fun. 70s sleaze. Now, what would an update from me be without some Jess Franco? This is what is this? It's a German release. It's Black Thighs. Anyway, I'll get to it at some point. This is from the Jess Franco Golden Goya collection. I think I bought this from Diabolic. All right, here's a film that I was listening to the 22 Shots podcast, and they talked about Beneath. It's like a chiller made for TV chiller movie. It's actually pretty good. I really didn't. This thing looks like a large catfish floating around. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It's not anything earth-shattering. I give it a 7 out of 10. Larry Fessenden did it. Directed the film. I went ahead and scored a copy of Hell Night. Let me. Haven't even opened it yet. But here's the Hell Night slipcover. And then looks like it's the same artwork. This was DVD for Hell Night was just going for ridiculous money, so I'm glad to finally it got a Blu Ray release. It's got interviews and commentary track with the cast and crew, including actress Linda Blair, so that ought to be interesting. Hell Night is a good slasher film, I think. Believe it or not, I've not had this in my collection. Maniac. Finally, I got it for like $6. It's a great reboot of the Joe Spinell film. I think this is kind of a must-have in your collection. Both Maniac films. There's a story behind this one. The '88 film's release for the Oily Maniac. I ordered this along with some other stuff, and when the bag came from England, it was opened and just looked like someone, like a Doberman Pinscher, had just, gone to town on it. And of course, this was missing from the bag. I mean, I guess I'm fortunate the other 3 Blu-rays I think were even in there, but I had to reorder this one. Oily Maniac. It's a little bit of Hong Kong craziness. Here's another slasher film that I don't have in my collection. I kind of put it off buying it, and that's Death Valley. Of course, you got the kid from Christmas Story in here. It's a fun movie. Another Jess Franco release that I was kind of holding off buying. This is the Blue Underground release for The Girl from Rio double feature. I finally got this for $20. I don't think it was ever going to go down to kind of my pressure point. Like if it gets down to $15, it's pretty much a done deal. But this thing just never dropped much in price. It was always hovering around 25 or more bucks until I figured $20 is about the best you were going to get with this one. George Clooney slasher film here, Return to Horror High. Another '88 films release. Slasher Classics collection. I'm not necessarily buying all the Slasher Classics collection, but most of them. I would say most of them I am purchasing. Even if it's a double dip, I'm buying it. Here's some Italian schlock goodness from '88 films, and that's The Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. This is another one that I was kind of waiting for the price to drop. I got this for $9 US. Here's another one I was just waiting to get. It's not a great slasher film, but it's a kind of, anything Arrow, you gotta. Arrow does such a great job, no matter how bad the movie is. It's kind of a must-own. So here is The Slayer. Loaded. Look at the special features on that. Crazy what Arrow can do with these special features. Unbelievable. And a Western, Lee Van Cleef and the Day of Anger. Picked this up for $9 US. This had been one that had been $20 or more forever. So I was just kind of waiting to pick it up. Here's another horror film I've never seen. This is The Guyver, science sci-fi horror. I think this is like a early 1990s film. Yeah, early 90s you had a lot of films like this. This actually looks like Slithus. I just watched Slithus, and that looks a whole lot like the Slithus monster to me. Another great Arrow release. And then finally this Co-Red release, 7 Bloodstained Orchids. I think there was a limited edition release for this. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But I thought this had a slipcover, limited edition slipcover edition, but I didn't get that. Looks like it's got some special features. Code Red usually doesn't do much on special features, but this does. This has interview with Umberto Lenzi and an audio commentary track. So yeah, a little giallo action there. And finally, the coup de grace. And this was actually precipitated the discussion about with T-Money 86 the fact that pre-orders just never seem to be last to the party on the pre-orders. But I think I got everybody beat on this. I'm the last man standing for the Amicus collection, and I know. I would be curious to see. I mean, I ordered this, I know the week it came out. It's been pre-ordered for months. But I just got it. So there you go. That's the Amicus. Now what I actually was dumb enough to buy, I like the black cases. That's nice. So there's Asylum. Boy, white does not show up very good in this office. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Asylum, and now The Screaming starts. Beast Must Die, which I just finished. It's funny, I just finished watching my DVD release of The Beast Must Die, but here's the Blu Ray edition. Looks like it looks like they poured it over. Well, no, I'm sure they poured it over the commentary by the director. Yeah, this looks like, from a feature perspective, it didn't add anything new to the table. And then you've got The Vault of Amicus, which is a documentary, I believe. But I went ahead and bought. Yes, I was dumb enough to spend $75 because I'm a huge Hammer. Of course, Hammer and Amicus is in my DNA. And I went ahead and scored the book that came with it for $75. And I was thinking, that's just dumb. $75 for fucking Blu-ray box of 4 Blu-rays. But now that I got this, I'm so glad I went ahead and sprang for the extra, because this is a fantastic book. This thing is thick and it's just beautiful. Look at that picture of Christopher Lee and I, Monster. That's the Dr. Jekyll film. This is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. Amicus really did some great stuff. It's a shame that they didn't make it. They were doing some fantastic films. There's The Skull, which is a personal favorite of mine. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. This film kind of started it all. As far as anthologies, I mean, I think Amicus is right up there in the #1 spot as far as classic anthology films. Gorgeous book, though. Oh, look at that Christopher Lee picture. This is awesome, awesome stuff. So yeah, that's the Amicus book. I imagine you could probably get this order it individually if you want it. I'm really pleased with this book. It's 160 pages. Really nice print. Nice. I mean, it's not, obviously it's not a hardback, but it's thick. It's thick paper, so it's not gonna tear. But yeah, that's there you go. That's my update for latter part of January and early February, and then I'll be back again in a few weeks with my February update. I appreciate you watching. Any comments, feel free to leave them. Thanks.